Hey everyone, I'm Saknikte Reyes and welcome. Let's get right into it. Today we're diving deep into the world of language teaching. We're talking about the essential features that transform ordinary instructors into extraordinary language guides. Whether you're just starting your teaching journey or you're a seasoned pro looking to level up, this video is your treasure map to unlocking effective language instruction. So grab your metaphorical magnifying glass and let's embark on this adventure together. First and foremost, a great language teacher is like a master chef, fluent in the ingredients of their craft. You wouldn't trust a chef who'd never tasted their own dishes, right? The same goes for language. A strong command of grammar is like knowing the recipe. Vocabulary is your pantry of diverse ingredients and pronunciation. That's all about presentation. Mastering these elements allows you to guide your students with confidence and precision. Imagine trying to explain the nuances of grammar without a deep understanding yourself. It would be like trying to teach someone to bake a cake while only having a vague idea of what flour is. Your students rely on you for accurate and clear explanations, and that starts with your own mastery of the language. Think back to your favorite teachers. Didn't they seem to embody the subject they were teaching? They weren't just reciting information. They were living it, breathing it, and that passion was contagious. That's the kind of energy you want to bring to your language classroom.
Now let's talk about your teaching toolkit. Just like a carpenter needs more than a hammer to build a house, a language teacher needs a variety of approaches. This is where language learning theories come in. From the communicative approach, which emphasizes real-life interaction, to task-based learning, which focuses on practical application, each theory offers a unique perspective on how languages are acquired. Think of these theories as different lenses through which you can view the learning process. By understanding how people learn languages, you can tailor your teaching methods to meet the diverse needs of your students. For example, if you have a student who's struggling with speaking, incorporating role-playing activities based on the communicative approach might be just the solution. Or if you're teaching a class that's heavy on grammar, incorporating task-based learning activities can make abstract concepts more concrete and engaging. The key is to have a diverse toolkit and to know which tool to use for the job. And remember, just like any good craftsperson, a language teacher is always learning and refining their skills.
But language is more than just grammar and vocabulary, isn't it? It's a gateway to understanding different cultures and perspectives. As a language teacher, you're not just teaching a language, you're fostering intercultural understanding and appreciation. This means being aware of the cultural nuances embedded in the language you teach and creating a classroom environment that celebrates diversity. Imagine learning a new language and not understanding the cultural context behind certain expressions or gestures. It would be like watching a movie with missing scenes, confusing and incomplete. By incorporating cultural elements into your lessons, you're not only enriching your students' understanding of the language, but also broadening their horizons and fostering empathy and respect for other cultures. Remember, a language classroom should be a microcosm of the real world, a place where students feel comfortable embracing their own cultures and learning about others.
Chapter 4. Assessing Progress, Measuring Success, Guiding Growth. Now, how do we know if our students are actually learning? That's where assessment comes in. Think of assessments as your compass, guiding you and your students towards success. Formative assessments like quizzes and in-class activities are like checking the map along the way, making sure you're on the right track. Summative assessments like tests and projects are like reaching a destination, evaluating how far you've come. But assessments shouldn't be seen as scary or intimidating. Instead, frame them as opportunities for growth and learning. By providing regular feedback and using a variety of assessment methods, you can help your students identify their strengths, address their weaknesses, and track their progress over time. Remember, the goal of assessment isn't to simply assign grades, it's to gain a deeper understanding of your students' learning needs and to adjust your teaching accordingly.
Chapter 5. Curriculum Design and Lesson Planning. Building a Roadmap for Success. Speaking of tracking progress, A well-designed curriculum is like a roadmap, guiding your students through the intricacies of language learning. It provides structure and ensures that all essential language skills are covered comprehensively. Think of curriculum design as building a house. You wouldn't start building walls without a solid foundation, right? Similarly, a well-structured curriculum lays the groundwork for effective language acquisition. And just like every house needs a blueprint, every lesson needs a plan. Lesson planning is where you bring your curriculum to life, creating engaging and interactive learning experiences for your students. A well-planned lesson is like a well-choreographed dance, with each activity flowing seamlessly into the next. It's about creating a balance between teacher-led instruction, student-centered activities, and opportunities for practice and application.
Chapter 6. Learning Styles. Embracing individuality in the classroom. Just like every learner is unique, so too is their preferred way of learning. Some students are visual learners, thriving on images and diagrams. Others are auditory learners, absorbing information best through listening and speaking. And then there are kinesthetic learners, who learn best through hands-on activities and movement. As a language teacher, it's crucial to recognize and cater to these different learning styles. By incorporating a variety of teaching methods and activities, you can create a more inclusive and engaging learning environment for all students. Imagine trying to learn a new language solely through lectures. It would be like trying to eat a meal that's all soup, monotonous and unsatisfying. By diversifying your teaching methods, you're providing a smorgasbord of learning experiences, catering to the unique needs and preferences of each student.
Chapter 7. Unlocking Pronunciation, the Power of Phonetics. Now let's talk about pronunciation, the often overlooked but crucial aspect of language learning. Teaching pronunciation effectively is about more than just mimicking sounds. It's about understanding the mechanics of how sounds are produced. This is where phonetics comes in. Phonetics is like the science of sound, providing a framework for understanding and teaching the sounds of language. By understanding the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA, you can help your students decipher the sounds of any language, regardless of their native tongue. Imagine trying to pronounce a word in a foreign language without any guidance. It would be like trying to read a map in a language you don't understand, frustrating and unproductive. By teaching your students the basics of phonetics, you're giving them the tools they need to decode pronunciation and speak with greater clarity and confidence.
Chapter 8. Technology in the language classroom, enhancing engagement and accessibility. In today's digital age, technology has become an indispensable tool for language learning. From language learning apps to online platforms, there's a wealth of resources available at our fingertips. But it's not just about using technology for the sake of it. It's about integrating it thoughtfully and purposefully into our teaching. Think of technology as a spice rack in your language teaching kitchen. Used strategically, it can enhance the flavor of your lessons and make learning more engaging and effective. For example, language learning apps can provide students with personalized practice and feedback, while online platforms can connect them with native speakers for authentic language exchange. The key is to choose tools that align with your teaching objectives and to use them in a way that complements rather than replaces your instruction.
Chapter 9. Proficiency Frameworks, Setting Clear Goals, Measuring Progress. Now, how do we measure our students' progress in a standardized way? That's where proficiency frameworks like the Common European Framework of Reference, or CEFR, come in. These frameworks provide a set of internationally recognized standards for describing language ability from beginner to advanced levels. Think of proficiency frameworks as a measuring stick, allowing you to track your students' progress and set realistic learning goals. By aligning your curriculum and assessments with these frameworks, you can ensure that your students are making tangible progress toward their language learning goals. Chapter 10. The 4 Skills. Building a balanced approach to language learning. Finally, no discussion of language teaching would be complete without addressing the 4 skills: reading, writing, listening, and speaking. These skills are the cornerstones of language acquisition, and a balanced approach is essential for developing well-rounded language learners. Think of the 4 skills as the legs of a table. If one leg is weaker than the others, the table becomes unstable. Similarly, neglecting one or more of these skills can hinder overall language proficiency. By incorporating a variety of activities that target each skill, you can help your students develop a strong foundation in all areas of language use. Remember, language learning is a holistic endeavor, and a balanced approach is key to unlocking fluency and confidence. Outro your journey to exceptional language teaching. Thank you for watching. We hope these insights help you on your journey to becoming an exceptional language teacher. Remember, teaching is a journey of continuous learning and growth. Embrace the challenges, celebrate the successes, and never stop seeking new and innovative ways to inspire your students. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more educational content.